Hey everyone, welcome. As you can imagine, doing this means that I get to film myself a lot, and when I do it inside it's fairly simple, especially since I built this mini studio. But what do I do when I take it outside? What do I do when I have to ride my bike to show you guys something? Well, luckily these days we have gizmos like this. Let's talk about it. And whether we're talking about the micro drones, the mini drones, the FPV drones, we've had drones in our house for quite a few years. But the big problem with these is that it's hard to be in two places at once, both in front of the camera and behind the camera. Well, fast forward to 2024, and that is when I bought this mini DJI Neo, and you guys have seen footage from it, whether you think of it or not. I have used it when reviewing my hardtail rebuild, the Yeti Arc. But it didn't take me long to bump into the limitations of this little Neo, which is more of a toy than an actual tool for any sort of video production. Well, during my search, I definitely bumped into these guys. Zero Robotics, that designed the Hover Air X1, one of the original so-called selfie drones. I guess because I did quite a good job reviewing that little Neo last year, they offered me the X1 Pro Max to review, a true 8K selfie drone that I plan to use in my videos this year. Not only that, but they have a cycling specific kit that I'm pretty excited about. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you folks our experience in using this Hover Air X1 Pro Max with our mountain bikes. And what you're getting in the cycling kit is specified right here in the box. And that also includes this multifunctional bag that is filled up with all the accessories of the kit, including what's called the beacon. More about that later. The actual drone is at the bottom of the box, and that is where you're gonna see a label that specifies the manufacturing date and also the model. And once you slide out this shiny sleeve, here's the actual box and the drone. Under the drone, you're gonna see this little leaflet giving you a QR code to download their app that pretty much allows you to set up everything for these drones, with one major difference compared to the Neo, and that is this little display right here at the top that allows you to set up the drone without using the phone. And this is how simple it is. Press and hold to turn on the drone, and you're gonna see the flying mode right here on the screen. Cycle through the ones that are activated, and then a long press left or right is going to allow you to change the settings right here on the drone. The flying modes of the drone are split in two categories, basic and advanced, and you can easily select the ones that you see on the drone itself right in the app. Most of the time, I would be interested in just a couple of types of shots, not all of them, so it makes it very easy to flip between them just by pressing on the button.
Dolly track.
Here we go. With the camera facing you, if you press on that big button, you're gonna launch the drone in the mode specified. And you can see my daughter here using that cycling mode with the close and flat settings. Obviously, this is a great shot to give you an idea of where you are, but it's not necessarily a very demanding terrain that she's riding on. There's not that many obstacles right in the path. But where this little drone shines is when going on a narrow path in between the trees and all kind of other obstacles. And I'll leave you guys with my commentary here because I was definitely excited to see what it can do.
Let's do this. I'm gonna try to follow because this is impressive stuff here, man. This is the close setting. See how it just follows the path. doesn't cut corners or anything. This is absolutely insane. Let's see. If it gets through this, it gets my boat. Because this is just windy and there's a couple of corners. Look at that. Whoa! It's crazy, man. Oh. Look at that. Here we go. Whoa.
So that is definitely impressive and doable, but I want you to keep in mind that this will also fail if you're going too fast and the obstacles stick in to the path of the drone. And here's crash number 1, closely followed by crash number 2 of the drone.
I mean, you gotta be realistic on what you can expect from these.
Which doesn't mean that this drone is not capable of doing that, but we have to keep in mind its limitations. Obviously, you are relying on the vision of the camera, both cameras front and back for this Pro Max. And you have a proximity sensor here, and you would think that that is gonna prevent the drone from hitting obstacles here and there. And yes, that works unless you're trying to do something like this. Dolly track, so I am pedaling towards the drone, but then I'm also turning slightly, and you can see the drone here getting stuck in a little branch, but it didn't stop, and then it's gonna start to follow me as opposed to staying in front of me. Another example of that dolly track is here on the road where we definitely went straight at it. This is the mid distance and high. Not only that it stayed in front of us, mind you, there is a pretty high side wind, but the drone also managed to keep up with me. I accelerated here up to about 25 kilometers and it stayed in front of us, no problem. And talking about speed, this guy can go up to 42 kilometers an hour. I think I accelerated pretty close to that, and you can see me here trying really hard to lose it, and I only lost it because the drone ran out of batteries, and you can see it stopping and then hovering in place until landing by itself. And here we go. I just gave you a couple of my favorite moves of the little drone, and I'm gonna add one more. Hover Air calls it bird's eye view. It always looks really nice, especially if you are in the right environment. So all in all, a definite improvement from what I've had before. And I didn't even mention this little guy, this being your beacon that comes in the cycling combo. This comes with a handlebar mount, and you can see me here trying it out, and then the mount that attaches to the bottom of the beacon. Mind you, this is gonna be pretty high and rather loose because the mount is made out of rubber. However, if you look here at the back of the beacon, you're gonna see that this looks to take a GoPro mount. So if you have a solid GoPro mount for your handlebar, I would highly recommend it as opposed to what Hover Air provides. I'm definitely excited about having this, not only because of the ability to see what the drone camera sees, but mostly because of those two tiny buttons here at the bottom of the beacon. Not only that they allow you to call the drone back home, but they also allow you to take over and use manual control with the drone. So this would be your miniature remote control for the drone, and this also allows you to go a lot further than the 30 feet or so, the 9 meters that otherwise you're limited to when using your phone. Phone application that allows you to record sound and remove the noise of the drone. And you can also use it in manual mode, and you can see the controls here on the screen operating as if they were physical controls. The app also gives you full access to manual controls and adjustments, and you can see the different resolutions and shooting speeds. Yes, this can do 8K. Yes, this can do 120 frames at 4K for slow motion. So most probably what I'm gonna need for now and in the near future when making videos for you guys. And one thing that this tool can do, it can operate at minus 25 degrees if you use this thermal battery from 00, something that I plan to use during the next ski season. Did you guys know that we're skiers as well? So what do you think about these little toys? Do you call them tools or toys? Have you tried the Hover Air X1, the original one? What about these new ones, the Pro Max or the Pro? What do you think about the little beacon that allows you to go as far as 1 kilometer with the drone? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to ask questions, subscribe, and like. And until next time, hope to see you on the trails, whether you were chased by a drone or not. Cheers, guys. Cheers.